This week on Show Me Your News, demos and live streams show new details to eagle-eyed viewers. Our 0% chance but what if DLC character picks in the MAILTIME segment, and Guile's theme rounds out the 22nd week of Smashblog updates. Masahiro Sakurai, I implore you to show me your news! Greetings, Smash fans, and welcome back to Show Me Your News Ultimate, your weekly weekend podcasting source recapping the biggest news in anticipation of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. My name is Peter Spezia, but you may remember me as Youko. Joining me this week, it's Miles Allen, but you may know him as Super.
I have a computer now.
Isn't it nice when an actual functional computer can record and participate in a podcast?
Look, man, like normally when we were doing podcasts, like my computer, my processor was running around 99 degrees Celsius.
Woof, that's hot.
Yeah, it's running 40 now.
Much better. Also joining us, it's Tony Mattingly, but you may know him as TonyTH.
I don't know Celsius. We're in America, Super. You gotta use Fahrenheit.
I'm close enough to Canada.
You know,
I guess that's true.
I don't think science likes Fahrenheit all that much. Well, it is a big week in Super Smash Bros. News this week, which is odd because you'd think coming off of a direct, it would kind of be a lull and, recycling a whole bunch of news from the direct on the blog. But no, lot of Smash stories this week. So let's jump right into it. Let's start with some DLC talk. Masahiro Sakurai went and tweeted on his Sora_Sakurai Twitter account. And oddly enough, he usually tweets in Japanese, but 2 tweets here in English. It's almost like he was trying to specifically cater to a certain crowd. Let's talk about the first one, though. It says, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's DLC lineup is now complete. This time, the selection was made entirely by Nintendo. I decide if we can create a fighter based on their selection, then come up with the plan. So let's talk about this first. We made DLC predictions last week, and we're thinking like, all right, third-party partnerships, what's possible? Who could be in? What about this? What about this? And it feels like a big shift has taken place here because we've always thought, it's always going to be Sakurai's choice first. And what does Sakurai want in his game, and what can he imagine? And now it feels, based on this tweet, that Nintendo is taking a more front-facing role with this. I'm sure with a promotional angle in mind and thinking about future releases and how they can angle all of that.
See, maybe you say there's a shift. Maybe you say there's something. But as for my predictions, I feel very confident in my predictions now.
This is very, very interesting news. And I don't really know, it does shift one's thinking of if it was Sakurai's choice or not. But I don't know, Nintendo's such a weird company. It's kind of weird to even maybe they're we really want Goomba. Who knows? Probably they'll want to do promotional characters for ideas, but maybe they don't. It's really hard to guess.
Yeah, I think you got to consider that all the fan request is now it's thrown out of it. So I don't know. I think this kind of hurts Gino's chances a whole lot because there is a lot of, fan fervor for Gino. But if you're talking Nintendo thinking first, is Super Mario RPG a game they want to revisit? Not necessarily. I think his chances take a hit.
I just recall saying that we weren't going to see any sort of Sakurai, air quotes here, when it came to the DLC. It's all going to be, picks where the money is, the most bang for your buck kind of lineup. And this 100% makes me feel like, yes, I was right where the...
Right. I don't think this completely rules out third party at all either, though. I'm sure they can make some big money deals with that and get some big characters. But it does, Gino is the weird one, and that's the first thing I think about. Or, I can totally still see Banjo.
Yeah, I like it. This makes me feel more confident about Banjo.
Yeah, I think that's still in play a little bit, depending on how nicely Nintendo and Microsoft continue to want to work together. Like that's certainly possible. I mean, again, we talked about last week, whether it's Banjo or Minecraft, Steve, what have you, whichever one Microsoft wants to put forth. I think like there's some possibility there, especially if you're talking about, money and budget and cuts and all of that. I still think, yeah, some of those third-party partnerships could work, but now I think you got to start thinking more on more Nintendo first-party characters are going to get in. So, like, big front and center, we have 7 already, but there's a new Fire Emblem game coming out. I mean, 3 houses. People are looking at Edelgard and seeing a female Fire Emblem representative and, like, looking at that. That's like one with a bullet right now if you're talking about upcoming Nintendo releases and characters that they could market and a franchise Sakurai loves. Like, let's be honest. So I think it starts to shift it a little bit towards certain characters like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's a lot more in flux than it usually would be. Like Sakurai, I don't know. You can kind of read. I wonder if there was like another big character and he's like, no, I already did Ridley and he's the biggest character in the world. I can't do anymore. The Geno thing is really strange because, like, yeah, probably not. If they partner with Square, they're probably going to want a big character or a Final Fantasy character, or maybe Octopath or something,
Mm-hmm.
But like
Prime Rib.
Yeah, but maybe still Geno. Like maybe they're like, well, people want it, so we should do it. Like maybe that'll be a line of thinking for them. But also, like, I mean, fuck, we don't know what's going on. Maybe they're doing a Secret of Mana style remake of Mario RPG. Like maybe they're working on a sequel. I doubt it. But like that's possible, like for sure.
Switch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Square Enix makes it really interesting because there's all the talk from Vergaben about they're having a lot of bluff characters out there. They're really trying to keep it secret. They're trying to find out who could possibly be leaking something. So yeah, Square Enix is an interesting wild card in this, certainly is. Again, as we talked about last week. I think another part of this tweet to kind of look in mind is that the decisions have been made. When we talked about a week ago or so with the Direct, it's like, oh, we hadn't worked on them at all, but maybe they had decided a couple. No, now it's confirmed. They've locked in the 5. And because of that, do we now start to see leakers, people speculating, fake leakers? Now that those have been decided, like, oh, I've heard this, or word is that this is involved. It could bring a couple interesting, maybe rumor central segments in the near future of the show before launch. I don't know. It's certainly going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, honestly, the thing that scares me most about the update, though, is that I'm just like, does this mean no season 2 for DLC characters? Because if I recall correctly, the current president of Nintendo has mentioned that he wants more DLC for games that have already been released for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of like, to me, that makes me go, it means like there should be a season 2 of DLC for Smash. Like, yeah, I know it hasn't come out yet. Yeah, I know we got DLC planned. But if you are considering making, DLC for a game for the future and beyond, then I think a season 2 shouldn't be out of the question. But the way it sounds like it's been chosen, it's final.
Well, I know, like, they're deciding these 5. Let's see how it does with sales. I'm sure a season 2 is on the table, but let's see how Sakurai's health is going forward. I mean, this is a man who's like losing an arm through development through all of this stuff. Let's take that into consideration first, if that's something they want to go forward with. I mean, let's
get him a good little nap.
Yeah, we've seen through other fighting games that like seasons are possible, multiple seasons are possible. But let's take it, of course, one step at a time, because of course, with Piranha Plant and this 5, that'll be 80 characters by the way they're counting it. And like, that's a nice flat number that they can pitch all around. We have some messages in our Discord chat over at showmeyournews.com/Discord. Feedback from Kumatori saying, isn't Super Mario RPG on the SNES Classic? Just wondering, I know probably has nothing to do with Smash DLC choices. So it does make it an interesting point that like, yeah, Nintendo is aware of it. Will that translate to Smash Brothers DLC? Yeah, it's hard to say, but no, it's good to know that they are aware it exists. It's all about working with Square Enix on that one, sure. Let's get to the second Sakurai quote, because that is certainly an interesting sort of flavor to put in English. He says, quote, "It's great to dream about your favorite character joining the battle, and I appreciate your passion. But please try to stay on topic when replying to tweets and refrain from flooding us and other users with requests when we're not specifically asking for feedback. Thank you. End quote.
That's pretty nice, actually.
It's the nicest way to say shut the
up
fuck
and leave me
up.
alone.
Yes, absolutely.
I wonder if, like, imagine the scenario where Nintendo's like, Sakurai, can you put Waluigi? And he's like, no. No, there's no way to do it.
I've seen too much.
Also, who can't anymore? It's like, well, I don't know if I can think of moves. After Piranha Plant, I don't think you can claim that bullshit anymore if you're Sakurai.
Well, that's why I think, like, we'll have a MAILTIME question later, but I think almost no character is a 0% anymore. Like, when we start talking about basic characters, and granted, Piranha Plant is an iconic character. People know that design. It's just like people know a Goomba. People know what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, we got T450 in the Discord chat saying Chocobo. Like, yeah, Chocobo's another iconic character. And like, would that be, that would be a WTF Square Enix poll. That'd be sure if that's the Square-actor.
Wouldn't be mad either.
But man, to put this in English, like to really spell it out and to be so nice about it, just like stop.
Americans, stop. And then, of course, the first response that I see on Twitter is a picture of Waluigi in the Project M XP pack.
Mm-hmm.
It just says now entering Waluigi. It's a apology for all the attempts to get Waluigi into Smash.
That's nice.
While also posting Project M Legacy XP.
Well, yeah, the sentiment is nice.
So I don't know, like it's interesting to have Sakurai tweet in English, much less these things. It certainly made for an interesting start of the week of news, just to have the word out there that DLC is determined. Nintendo chose it, so stop asking.
Get out.
She was just like, I gave you Ridley, like leave me alone.
Ridley, K. Rool, Simon Belmont, for what we got, we're pretty lucky, all things considered.
Yeah, but specifically to Americans.
Yes,
like, it's like, I gave you Ridley. Like, you wouldn't shut the fuck up. I did it. Like, leave me alone.
I shrunk him. It pained me to do it, but I did it. Well, since the different public events now have builds out there that are not the E3 build, they look to be at least the near final build with all of the characters. People have been either taking direct feed rips, certain match recordings. There have been live streams all around the world. Sakurai was at an event in Japan. It was like a Nintendo World event there where he was showing off the game and doing some commentary and all sorts of different matches. There's one in Spain. So of course, we have different details that can be collected from these demos and live streams. First of all, people uploading matches on YouTube. One that I found, the username on YouTube is Chef Sounds. But his channel name goes by No Contest. But yeah, just all sorts of different match uploads. I mean, there are a couple, off-screen sort of camera shots, but a lot of direct rips. Like if you're just looking for different matches to watch in your spare time, this would be a great place to look at it and see there.
I question some of his titles. Like some of them are just like Isabelle and Incineroar versus Zelda and Lucas, and then there's other ones that are just Isabelle. Or once after a while, it goes to Pichu Overloaded, Shulk, and the rest. Richter versus
Jigglypuff 2.
We Fit Trainier and Palutena Hype.
It would also be good to see, like in the description, like what level they're playing on. I think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Kumatori says one of the videos is called Yoshi is Unstoppable.
That's actually the one I clicked on and watched.
It sure is.
I thought the way it looked like it was going to look like Yarn Yoshi, but it looks like it's just a regular green Yoshi.
It does kind of look like the Yarn Yoshi in that thumbnail. You're right. But it is interesting to see certain matches. Like there's one that's like a Roy versus an Ike, and the person playing Roy, it's like, okay, yeah, this game is so much faster than 4.
Which one of them are they?
The one with the red hair.
Oh, okay.
There's a Pokemon I don't know at all, but he seems to slow down time around him.
It's Shadow.
Oh, he's a Pokemon.
Yoshi does like a down B in the air, and then he enters his sphere of influence, and the down B slows down while
he just falls really slow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And he comes down really fast on it with a down B, and then he just becomes really slow, and then he still has the active down B hitbox. So like he's
unstoppable.
The Incineroar below is just kind of like, I'm a spot dodge this, and then Yoshi still hasn't passed by yet, so it just gets hit in the face.
Oh my god, the cats! The cats get spawned from Vince the assist trophy. Where is the Pokemon?
The 30-second point, and Yoshi is unstoppable.
Oh, it's Slurpuff or Swirly or whatever it is.
Sure, and but one of the cool things that these videos have unearthed is just how freaking cool K-Rool is, and all of it. He's got this new fighting technique that hasn't been seen in Smash before, where all of his belly attacks have super armor, but he can only do it twice. Because if he does it the third time and he gets the super armor on it, his belly will bust, and he will go into a shield break animation, which is super crazy. But it does heal over time, and if you throw out other moves, it heals. So it's a really strange, but like super cool, and I want to say probably the most hype thing I've seen from. Sorry, I just watched K-Rool get trampled by a Yoshi herd.
Oh, that's some good shit.
Yeah, but like I never seen this before, so I'm like really hyped to see some more of this stuff, because this just looks unlike Smash for Wii U. This just looks endlessly fun.
Yeah,
I know.
absolutely.
A lot of the characters do.
So yeah, go and find these videos. Our Discord chat is saying that it's Swirlix, the Pokemon. Thank you guys. But definitely check out these matches. It's good watching to kind of pass the time, because we're less than a month away from the release of the game. How exciting is that?
It hurts.
No, Pokemon will help. Pokemon will help. But so that's really cool to see. Absolutely. Yeah, the channel is no contest, but if you want to do the user in the URL, it's Chef Sounds. But yeah, search no contest Smash Brothers Ultimate. You should find that channel there.
I feel like you should have said, and remember to search for no contest.
No contest. Alternate costumes have also been confirmed. Over on the Smash Brothers Wiki, they have a good breakdown of all of these. So I thought just kind of scroll through these and see if like any really jump out at you. On the Smash Wiki, they have if any colors match up to certain references, they do that. So like that's all cool to see. So like for example, Captain Falcon's white resembles Jodie Summer's original appearance in F-Zero X. Which it's a little iffy, just the color palette, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, you mean my Fantastic Falcon?
Yes.
Did they get rid of Fire Mario?
That's not the white Falcon. That's the pink Falcon. Everyone knows it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they got rid of Fire Mario. Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it always has been fucked up.
The ones I've heard that like people were upset about was Fire Mario, and they got rid of Black Yoshi and replaced it with a Craft Yoshi.
Right. Well, yeah, Fire Mario, they replaced it with the white tuxedo.
No, I like using Fire Mario.
Yeah.
I mean, I love white tuxedo. I'm gonna be down for that. And Mario Maker's good too, but like, I would take Fire Mario over Stars and Stripe Mario.
Yeah, me too. That's a neat reference too, but like, I'm not about it.
It's also strange that Mario gets a more on the nose Waluigi color. That it actually is the correct color scheme down to the hat. The hat has the yellow emblem, whereas Luigi's does not share this.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is still a green L. And the L is changed on other costumes, like the orange Luigi still has an orange L, and the pink one has a pink L.
Yeah, they even say, based on Waluigi, though the L on his cap is purple instead of yellow.
It's just weird that Mario gets it right.
Ridley's are the best. Like, they're all a reference to something. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, Ridley's are super cool. Pokemon Trainer is on point.
Great.
It's really cool to see Pichu. Like, the goggles are back. Thank goodness. Team Aqua Hat is really cool.
Sonics are still bad.
Yeah. Notch-eared Pichu. Like, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. You can't see Palutena's differences at all in your photo.
No, you really can't. Did they change Pac-Man's and just leave the oven mitts? Because that's pretty funny. Or is it his always like that? People love those fucking oven mitts, man.
Yeah, I can't say what's different necessarily between 4 and this one.
Yeah, who knows? Also, just shout out, because I think these are taken from somebody and 3 friends just in a video I watched, just fucking sat there and just scrolled through all of them. And thank you for that, because that was important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. They're getting those pulls from there. Absolutely. I mean, Meta Knight's got some great ones. Galacta Knight, Dark Meta Knight. Like that's how you should do those. A lot of people are like, well, if Meta Knight has echoes, would it be those? Like, no, just do alternate costumes. Like, this is good. I mean, yeah, shout outs to the people who actually pull all the different references. Like, that's awesome. And also just lols to Lucario, who's just like, we have no idea. He just gets different colors, and it's Lucario.
This is a weird note on Samus's. It says the original Smash Brothers website referred to this alternate costume as mass-produced Samus, a reference to Gundam. That's really strange. I didn't know that.
But Sakurai calls it Green Samus.
That's really not inspired, is it?
Oh, we always just call it Mountain Dew Samus.
Sure, that'll work.
I thought it was like Halo Samus.
I mean, look at Shulk with all the different variations on his Xenoblade Chronicles 1 party. That's really cool. Aside from, the swimsuit. But like, that's good to see some actual thought being put into that. That's awesome. And we have some racially diverse villagers finally.
Yeah, that's good.
Shouts out to that, because that's super important.
Absolutely. Yeah. The one that gets me is I'm going to go back to Ridley again just because I'm so happy. There's like a Metal Ridley, but the Meta Ridley skin looks like the one from Samus Returns. And that's crazy because that's really recent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just really cool.
Yeah, the Meta Ridley I played in the demo was like very out of Metroid Prime. So it's interesting to see that second one on the Smash Wiki there, like have a little bit of purple in there. It's like, it's interesting. I wonder if they mix that up a little bit.
Yeah, that's from the Samus Returns game. Mm-hmm. That's really cool. And then that last one looks like the Ridley robot from Zero Mission at the end.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And the yellow is the gold statue Super Metro. It's just fucking, all his are the best. All of them should be like that.
Absolutely.
And honestly, they should sell alts even like as DLC. Like people would buy them. I know we talked about that before, but it's stupid.
Yeah, expand the 8 for sure. That'd be really cool. So yeah, go check that out on the SSBWiki. Go down the list and just see all the different references that are made. It's really, really fascinating. But in that live stream that Sakurai put on, he demoed classic mode a little bit more for us. So we learned a couple interesting things, that the difficulty can change depending on how well you're doing. So if you put it on too easy, but then you're rocking it, it'll start to creep up a little bit. It's represented by this really cool mural that kind of scales to some of these, lighter puffy characters, to some of the more hardcore ones at the end. So give that a look. It's a really neat sort of mural there.
I feel like Melee kind of did that. If you beat the little Kirby's too fast, you had to fight big Kirby.
Yeah, right. Certain things like that for sure. But I mean, this is, scaling the difficulty. So that's really, really interesting. But I think more so is that, we've seen the titles. We've seen that it's going to be different and kind of locked for each character. They'll have their own little mini story, but we didn't know how deep it went. So Sakurai went and showed off Ryu, for example. And Ryu's classic mode, he's always on the Final Destination forms of stages. He's always on stamina mode. And it's like always 1v1. And so it's almost like a fighting game set up in Smash Brothers, always against other characters. Like, so it starts against Ken. And then we go to Zero Suit Samus, who was like kind of representing in a way Chun-Li a little bit. Mm-hmm. So it's like more thought than we thought even possible is being put into these independent classic modes. And like the matches are being tailored to specify what is best for that character.
Timberwolf in the chat said that it always has Street Fighter music as well.
Yeah, that's so
of
cool.
Stage.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that's, man, just all the single player content, the spirits, just every fucking little thing.
And
like it's
all the things I hated from Smash 4 are being fixed.
Yeah, but it's like, I know some people still are like, oh, they got rid of a lot of single player stuff. And the more I look at this, because I was like that too, the more I look at this, I'm like, dude, there's so much fucking unique single player content. There's so much to do if you want to dig in. And then you have 200 hours with your friends. So like, it's fucking, this game is packed with shit. It's awesome.
It's becoming more and more apparent that Sakurai is a walking Nintendo and video games encyclopedia.
And I'm sure the people they recruited Bandai Namco to help. Yeah. I'm sure that has helped tremendously, just having extra hands to just make this random shit, because I'm sure they're encyclopedias too. And
yeah.
it's just the best kind of collaborative effort, this game.
But I mean, between this and then you're seeing some of the polls that they're getting for spirits and like what Game Explain does, like a top 10 like most obscure spirits, and it's like, how do they pull these to get this in the game?
Naked Snake. All the Metal Gears just kill me. I love it.
Oh my god, I know. But man, like it's gonna be really cool to see all of that. So like that was good to see confirmed, especially the classic mode stuff. And then the more matches we see, the more music tracks get referenced and pulled. Yeah. And so over on Smashboards, in their general discussion on Smash Bros. Ultimate, we'll link it in our show notes if you want to go check it out. But people have been pulling, you know, what are Smash original tracks? What are some new remixes? What are some new ports that are, you know, direct moves from the game into Smash with like no remixes done? It's an impressive list so far, and of course certainly some tracks that we didn't know were going to be in there. But yeah, it's a really cool list to start seeing pulled together. And if you're really itching to listen to the soundtrack, like go check it out. Go kind of familiarize yourself with some of the songs that you're not too familiar with yet. And like, man, it's a big list so far, and that's only a fraction of it.
There's some good shit in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, we're gonna get some extra little even like victory jingles. That's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, like I think Ken's a different one than Ryu. Like it sounded different at least, but I mean, yeah, certain songs like people have heard "Break Free," "Lead the Way" from Super Mario Odyssey. Like they've heard that in there, so it's like, oh, that's on the list. They have all the different, you know, Type A and Type B songs from Street Fighter 2 in there.
Somebody send me Ridley's. I'm really curious about Ridley's little victory jingle.
Oh yeah, I wonder.
It's the sound of Samus's parents dying.
No.
I did hear Gangplank Galleon, like the original, though. So like that's at least in there.
That's good.
Had to be in there, you know, rapping aside for the remix.
You just put any David Wise's stuff in there unedited, I'm going to be happy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's so many remixes of Sticker Brush that I think are not as good. Like that original arrangement with the Super Nintendo sound chip is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's just fucking very lush for what limited resources he had.
I mean, we've talked about how, at least from Pokemon, like Battle Gladion is in there. Like that song's awesome. They also have the Island Kahuna battle, which is different than the Champion battle, but it's still pretty similar. This soundtrack's going to be amazing. Again, it's another one where we'll have it in our show notes. Go look at the full list. You know, check it out. There's some standouts there. But it's going to be a list, that's for sure. And a whole lot of Fire Emblem Shadows of Valencia, that's for sure.
Oh man, I didn't even think about Splatoon music.
Oh yeah, cool. 23 songs or whatever it is. It's going to be a whole lot there. Another headline that made waves this week in the Smash Brothers universe was people noticing Game & Watch's Forward Smash and how it takes reference to the old Game & Watch game Fire. But certain frames show a Game & Watch, you know, taking the model from that original game, and it shows a Native American with the feather on Game & Watch's head there. Someone who is native noticed on Twitter, said, hey, I'm uncomfortable with this. Can we let Nintendo America know? And there's kind of been an uproar there. And so I think Nintendo America has said that they will be removing that animation in particular from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think that's ultimately the right thing to do, at least for the American localization. Look, if they want to keep it in Japan, that's fine. Their statement was fine in the sense that it's like, look, we just took this from a few decades ago. Times have changed. Thoughts have changed. We meant, you know, no harm from this.
Yeah, it was a good statement.
It was a good statement. Yeah. I think the problem, I'm not going to both sides it, but the people who say, why does this matter? You're censoring my games. On the other side as well, I think it's important to bring a note to this, but like to get full on angry and offended about this, I think it maybe goes a little bit too far. I do totally agree that it's right to point it out and say, hey, Nintendo, can you do something about this? Like respectable conversation always helps. But yeah.
And it did. It was like a respectable like decision and conversation between the parties. So, and that's fine. Also, I never thought that was a feather. I thought he was wearing a little hamburger, like a little deal over his face.
It was.
He was a little bandit.
Yeah, well, it was actually changed to a bandit in the Game & Watch Gallery games in the Game Boy Advance.
Mm-hmm. And they lost the feather, though, in that, right?
I don't know if they lost the feather so much as I think they added like another one that points down, and it becomes like a tied back bandit thing.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, they're going to probably change the sprite, and it's probably just going to look pretty simple, and it's going to be fine.
Yeah, it's not like you have to edit a whole 3D model with this guy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really, I have a lot of attachment to Game & Watch. I really, really like it. So I really love what they did just in general with like giving him expressions from all those old games. I thought that was really, really cool. But yeah, they were also 30-year-old games. So
yeah, and times have changed, and we have, Chief Wahoo for the Cleveland Indians here in the United States for Major League Baseball. We have the Washington Redskins and all that. So like, people are becoming more sensitive to those issues. And like, it almost just goes back to the whole political climate that we live in. I don't see anything wrong with saying that, like some people do not like this. Well, let's change it for the betterment of those people. I think the whole perspective of, honestly, it's selfish when people say, well, I'm not offended by it, so nobody should be offended by it. And like, it's that mindset that really bothers me. I'm not gonna say I'm offended by it, but it's like, how do you think that way?
Yeah.
It's the same people who go like, well, the SJW's ruining my game. It's all really just a matter of empathy and trying to understand another person's perspective. The whole walk a mile in their shoes. Like, it takes nothing for an American localization to change a couple frames just to take a little eraser and kind of smooth out that thing. Like, it's not censorship. People don't know what censorship is if they say this is censorship, honestly.
he just had some big old boobies when he did it, and they got rid of that, then that's censorship.
Well, especially when it's underage Japanese characters and then doing all that. But no, it certainly made headlines, and it's important to point out on this show.
I can't believe the Redskins haven't changed their name.
Dan Snyder's such an asshole. I'm sorry. Like, that's honestly what it is. He's just like, oh, we're proud of our heritage. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Okay.
Do you see the South Park where people were just changing it a little bit and selling it, and Cartman just drew a big dick on it?
Well, yeah, because people are now able to sell things with the Washington Redskins name on there.
That seems not worth it, like business wise, even.
No,
like, I get,
God.
He's just like, well, I'm just not going to do it because it's so much branding you have to change. I'm like, yeah, but everyone else can profit from it.
And
now.
That's millions of dollars. This is a PNG, honestly, in a Nintendo game. It's much smaller scale. It's not that big of a deal. It's honestly a bigger deal that Game & Watch changes his form to reference those older games. And for a little bit to not be 100% like it was in the 80s because we're in the 2010s, that's okay. Like,
we didn't even have a Mario yet back then.
So, look, I don't think people were calling up in arms when in the last few games it's like, well, Game & Watch doesn't reference these games. And like, yeah, times changed. We have to adapt and be understanding of different cultures. Like, look, it's okay. Let's slow down. Nintendo of America, props. You're handling this correctly. I think we can all be in agreement there.
Yeah.
So other things from the past have been dug up, specifically Masahiro Sakurai's comments in an interview from 10 years ago. This just broke earlier today from when we were recording. And it's just one of these quick hit things, mostly because also different Nintendo websites aren't reporting this correctly or are leaving out a big point about this. So the translated bit from this old Japanese interview says, quote, "It is impossible for manga characters to join Super Smash Bros. While we can accept characters from other companies, we cannot, under any circumstances, take in anything and everything under the sky. That's because Super Smash Bros. Is a game that requires everyone's cooperation." That's Sakurai from 10 years ago. And man, I cannot totally, number and name all the different sources that have just come out and be like, this is what Sakurai said about this, or Sakurai just said this about manga characters, or you'll never believe what Sakurai just said about, like, no. Let's actually read. Let's have some context. This is 10 years ago. Ridley was still too big. Cloud was not even on the table as a Smash Brothers character. Look, I'm not saying that Goku is going to be in this game, but
I'm saying it.
You can say it all you want, Tony, but I still think the chances are very low on that, but
have you seen that new Broly trailer? It's pretty cool.
will change his mind.
So let's keep it in mind that context is important. Time is important. Yes, it makes sense that manga characters wouldn't necessarily be in Smash Brothers, but a lot has changed in those 10 years.
I really do understand the fucking problem too of like, if we put Goku in, people will not shut up about literally every character that exists. I understand that problem. I think if you put Goku in, you're almost like, that's it.
Yeah.
He fights a lot and we love him in Japan. Like, he's a worldwide icon. Like, he's the only one that can be in. Like, he should just do that.
Well, we said it last time. Like, he would be the character that, you know, as shocked as we were for Cloud in the last game, his actual inclusion. People can say, like, oh, well, people have talked about it. I'm not that surprised. Like, no. Look, if he's actually in, like, that is shocking and groundbreaking. That would be on the same level as Cloud is actually in Smash.
And then we could get all those fucking Vegeta assist trophies and shit. Boo can turn people into candy. Get the fuck out of here. That'd be cool.
Cross Force with Jump Force?
Oh, man. I wonder, like you got to think, too, like, maybe Sakurai was like, I'm not fucking putting Goku in. But if Nintendo makes that decision, wouldn't they want Goku in there? Like, isn't that a thing, probably?
I mean, we can...
I'm not saying it's likely. I'm saying it's just as likely as unlikely, honestly.
Right.
Like, it's like 50-50. Man, I really do wonder about Persona 2 with Nintendo, like, taking charge on that.
Yeah, man.
That's, like, huge over there.
We'll talk about it later. Like, that's kind of on my list of far out chances for sure. No, it's okay. Like, but like, I've got feelings about that.
Yeah.
He's got feelings all through his body.
That's your butthole.
Why did you do Professor Oak from Pokemon Snap?
Good to know that Peter Griffin is wonderful.
Why specifically Pokemon Snap?
I don't know. It just sounded like you took a picture of your butthole and sent it to him, and he was like, "That's your butthole." It's just the dominoes that fell on my head. I'm sorry.
It's so much better that you explained it.
Thank you.
Well, I don't know how we transitioned from that to this, but over on Amazon, the 8-bit dude Gbros wireless adapter for Nintendo Switch has been making some interesting waves online. This is a $20 accessory that it connects wirelessly to the Switch as a controller, but it has plugs on it that you can either put in your GameCube controller wired, things like a Wii Classic controller. It's that sort of Wii controller input there. So on either end, they have different options there. And yeah, to connect to your Switch, it has different face buttons on this wireless adapter for specifically Switch controls. It's really interesting to see this pop up. Will be released on December 7th. Just another option if you don't want to use the USB GameCube adapter.
Can we talk about how good the design of it is?
It's really smart with the purple, not gonna lie.
And the button colors.
The C-stick yellow with the octagonal shape, and then you got
start
the
button, switch.
The A button's a big old button, and the B button is just small and red.
It's just beautiful. It's really good attention to detail there.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that there would be really low lag, but it still has yet to be tested. I'll be very interested to see if this catches on.
I'm sure some Melee players will complain about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, if I recall correctly, like Smash 4 had forced lag up to 7 frames, so that all controllers would be consistent across the field.
Mm.
It's an idea that I get. Well, I'll put it that way. I wouldn't call it good, I wouldn't call it bad, but I do call it good. It means that if you press A on a GameCube controller and a Pro controller and a sideways Joy-Con all at the same time, then it'll come out on the same frame for every single controller, even though it could have come out sooner on like the GameCube.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps it fair, and I understand that.
Right.
But now you can play Smash with your SNES Classic gamepad.
That's really nice. This is really cool for people that want options, so they can't and don't want to find an adapter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can also use it as a PC sort of wireless input if you wanted to use your GameCube controller on your PC. It gives either a Switch or like an X input toggle there. So check it out if that interests you. Just wanted to kind of give it a little plug there. But I'm really interested to talk about these because within the last couple days, we've seen 2 new commercials for Super Smash Brothers. One being a live action commercial that you could see on TV, even though it's a little longer. And then another CG animated one. Let's start talking about One More Game first. This is, live action. It's trying to do the whole people are playing Nintendo Switch anywhere, everywhere with different people. Smart that they are catering towards like the high school, young adult sort of age. Like that's really smart. Because, kids will think that is cool, and so they'll want to replicate all the strategy that goes in there with marketing.
It's all that, and they want their shit, like, out in the wild like that, so that, because that's just free advertising. It's like a t-shirt, like, people see that, and they're like, oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it really does drive me crazy with, like, oh, they're playing on the train and at the library, and they're being too loud. I'm like, nobody fucking does that.
Yeah.
Like, they're all hunched over on a train. Nobody's like handing Joy-Cons to each other to like, it's just a little silly to me. Like, I'm sure there's some people, but it's a little overblown and cringy to me.
The tournament at the end though, with the Samus shot and then the reflector, like that was pretty hype for such a stage thing, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Man, I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
You do that and you get ready to spot dodge if you take that risk.
Yoshi.
Yeah, who's Yoshi?
Who the fuck is that Yoshi?
Especially in an 8-player match, who the hell is Yoshi?
Who fucking chooses Yoshi?
Dude, I'd do Yoshi in free for all, just fucking stampede 7 people. You wanted to do that?
Yeah,
you can't tell me you don't want to do that.
And then Pichu splatting on the screen.
Pichu's still bad, everybody.
Some people say he's really good, just like Young Link as well. But in that instance, he wasn't that good. Honestly, for how Smash Brothers has been advertised in the past, I don't know if we've seen a better commercial that could be on TV like that since
64.
I was gonna say since the 64 one. Like that's an important caveat. But since then, like I'm not sure if we've seen a better one.
You guys get motion
Until
sick
today.
Yeah, that's
exactly where we get a CG trailer where the "Everyone is Here" banner comes alive. And guys, straight up, if this is not at least part of the opening cinematic of this game with the Smash Brothers theme playing, because there's no music playing here, Sakurai, you done fucked up. I'm sorry. That's not okay. How do you put in this much gorgeous work, this gorgeous animation for something that's only just going to be a viral video?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, shout outs to Pikachu and Samus still working together.
Oh yeah, I like how prominently they showed off Mega Man.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. Just that IP needs all the help it can get. Oh, 11 sold well. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. It's awesome. It's this. I'm gonna be mad if it's just like the One More Game thing is on TV more. It's like no,
right?
You want to get little fucking kids excited? You play that other fucking trailer because everyone's fighting each other and it's awesome.
I want to have shout outs to K. Rool for just appearing out of nowhere during Isabel's section with the Pikmin. He's in the background. He just appears in the copter going, hey.
Oh yeah, and the Inkling at the end having the Smash logo in its eyes. Yeah. We're full circle now.
I mean, you could see that going like right to the title screen, like it dissolved to the title screen. It's just like it's perfect. And you see different mashups, and yes, like a lot of people will meme it with the theme and do different timings on that. So someone's already mashed it up with Queen's "Don't Stop Me Now," and like, oh my god, the lyrics work out perfectly. And it's just so like this is gonna be a meme over the next several days, if not weeks, until the game, even though it's been only a few hours since we're recording this that it just broke. But whoa, like that has to be, if the opening cinematic is just going to be different shots from gameplay and from World of Light and things like that, it's going to be such a cop-out.
You just hate the song still. I love the song 10 times more since hearing it, by the way, like for a week.
Lifelite?
I mean, it's growing on me a little bit, but it still sounds fan-dubby-ish.
That's why it's good.
Stop being mad.
It's why it's good. It's like a fucking bad 90s anime.
But yeah, like out of the two, like the CG one is certainly the better of the two. But it's good to see, in the less than 1 month lead up to this game, we're starting to get that hype going, get the promotion going, and it's good to see. But man, I really, really hope we've seen our first taste of what will be the opening cinematic. Like, you put that with the Smash Brothers theme, like, that rivals with Melee. And it's so hard to do that.
Are they on the cliff? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
Maybe.
They gotta stop and all the hands show up. That's a lot of hands, you guys. We're gonna get serious about this.
We'll have to take about 10 of them each. Isabel, the fuck?
Isabel's not doing anything. She's just having a good time.
Like, I'm here. She's having a ball.
All exactly. Doesn't even get to fucking show up. It's just the Pikmin. We're here because we're what you really want.
So yes, that's a whole bunch of Smash stories. So let's get into what is becoming less and less the crux of the Smash Brothers news this week, but it's still important to cover. It's the Smash Blog updates. Gonna run through these pretty quickly, just like we did last week. I think that's important to do as we see less and less things that are new and interesting. But we'll start on November 4th, the Sunday, with today's fighter number 60, Echo, Ken. Ken joins the battle as Ryu's Echo fighter. Their differences are carried over from the original game. Ken's Hadouken is shaped differently, his strong Shoryuken has flames, and he moves a bit faster. He has 2 final smashes, Shinryuken and Shippu Jinraikyaku.
I really would have liked the other intern on this one. Someone who had a little bit more energy. He has 2 final smashes.
This is very straightforward and reiterated from the Direct. Nothing new is being mentioned here.
Yeah, so Ken just looks like good Ryu.
He's a really good starting character in Street Fighter, but Ryu's like more sophisticated and like has a higher ceiling. But yeah, that's the vibe I get from this. Also, he destroys a motorcycle when he shows up, a la Street Fighter minigame, and that's really fucking funny. I mean,
that's just the best.
I really hope that Spirits has just one mode where you do that.
And you also see definitely on that one in the video, whereas you see the difference between the 2 Shoryukens. I mean, Ryu's has the single impact and it goes higher, but you get the flame effects on Ken's. It's just crazy, like how much better he looks compared to even Street Fighter V. Like, this is Ken at his absolute finest.
And the music's fucking great too.
Oh my god, yeah.
But Ken has to fire?
Oh my god, he has fire and everything.
He does.
He is the Rocky to the Marth Ryu.
Oh, interesting that the different shape is the hands carrying over for the Hadouken. Yeah. Like, that's what's in there. Okay. Uh-huh.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And he's got that pose in the screenshots with Kome on Gerudo Valley there. The Fire Witch. Fire with fire.
I wonder why they didn't match him up with the ice.
I don't know.
Luigi's gonna die.
King K. Rool's dead, and Diddy's surprised about it.
Where's those bananas, though? We gotta ask him.
DK just seems a little bit pissed off with the fact that, you know, this regular guy showed up and punched him when in the trailer they connected punches, and it was just like, it's an even match. And this guy's just like, I'm gonna wreck him with this. I'm really down for that Black Gi. That Black Gi is just so good.
Oh yeah, that's almost like, I think it's a reference, I feel like, to Street Fighter V. Like, that's almost like what he's wearing in that game.
Not really sure if I'm digging his focus attack shading. It makes him pop out in a weird way.
It looks like a little more cell shaded. Like, I see what you mean. That's really interesting.
But I'm sure it looks good in motion.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we look at certain things like Wolf's Jaw, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
But you're right. Ken looks like better Ryu, faster and everything. It'll be interesting to see how Ryu compensates and makes up for the difference. And maybe he hits a little harder and, a little more knockback compared. We'll have to see. So on November 5th, today's item, Springman Assist Trophy.
Not from Mega Man.
Not from Mega Man.
I was so confused for so long.
Springman jumps and dashes around the stage while using his stretchy arms to punch, 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 just like he does in the ARMS game. In a pinch, he can unleash his powerful rush attack to pummel the opponent.
I wish at the end it just said, please buy ARMS.
You'd think so. The first screenshot, he's on Moray Towers, and it's just, that sure is Springman. But man, the second one, he's going for that DK junk.
He doesn't seem too concerned about it either.
He's just like, oh no, he's coming.
5 games. I've been through this shit before. Go ahead, hit me. I can barely feel anything.
At this point, I got this.
He sounds like Cranky now.
We said it last time. It's more just sad and surprising that this isn't a locked DLC character. You'd think out of, especially with Nintendo trying to take over and like, we want to push more people to ARMS. So we'll put a character look like.
Do they though?
I don't know if they're going to do Twin Tail or whatever. I still think that'd be really cool, but I don't know if like that ship has already sailed at this point.
That picture, completely deconfirmed the Grimace star from our Galaxy 2.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to roast people that do like ARMS. I'm sure it's like a fun little party game or whatever, but like I don't think it cracked 1 million. I don't hear anyone talk about it anymore. It was just kind of a weird little launch thing to fuck with. And I really don't know if that's something they'll invest more time into. Like it's like I don't think they expected Splatoon to blow up, and I think this was kind of another attempt at like a Splatoon level new IP, and I don't think it worked out. So I'm not surprised. I don't hear anyone talk about that game anymore, and I think it's just it'll be Ice Climbers in 20 years. Like no one's gonna remember it.
Still waiting for that Legs DLC.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
you gotta do that for sure.
And maybe it would be better if it wasn't all tied to motion controls, but I'm glad they've been kind of learning that lesson a little more as a generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how well the tilting of the Joy-Cons was for moving and all of that.
They made a competitive fighting game around a motion control. Like that was not a good idea.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Painting the ground with little squids, that's a good idea. More of that, please.
Well, let's get to the music update on November 6th. Today's music. You can now listen to Street Fighter II Guile Stage. Even fans who have heard this song hundreds of times will find new nuances in this fresh version by arrangement supervisor Yuzo Koshiro. Let's listen to that excerpt.
I never listened to this. I was just like, Guile's theme, I know, I got it.
I was like that too, and then I got to eventually hear it, and it's like, yo, this is fire. This is what this version, if it got remixed at all, this is what it needed to be. I think it's a really, really good remix, because there is that one version. It's like the Hyper Street Fighter 2, and I think it's like the arcade version. Like, that's the one that goes best with the goes with everything meme. It's not the Super Nintendo version or anything like that. It's definitely the closest to this version. So I really like the touches that have been made on this one. Yuzo Koshiro is a fantastic composer, all the way back to ActRaiser. He's got real talent. So this is really, really well done. I'm very happy with this. And look, we know that another Guile's theme is also in the game when Guile was shown in the direct. So we can't have enough, and it's good to actually have it in the game for sure.
This version gives me like Mega Man vibes for some reason. I don't know why.
It definitely makes me feel bad that it's not going to be on Final Destination.
Yeah, probably not.
I wonder if they patch that, because like I like that they made the compromise of letting you like do stage music by series. But I feel like, I mean, why like limit it to that, you know?
But yeah, we see in other modes that like anything is possible. If we can have Street Fighter songs on random stages that are Omega mode for the Final Destination, like it can be done.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, do you give people the control of that? I do wonder. That'd be really interesting, because that'd be the ultimate for sure. Not to pun or whatever, but but you know.
I know that's like a lot to like fucking do. Like there's 800 fucking songs. Like I get that, but maybe not even at launch, but maybe next year, maybe think about it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't hurt. Be nice.
So yeah, great music update for sure. November 6th, Spirits. This is the first of 3 Spirits updates this week. So I guess let's combine them all. We had 2 on the 6th, and we also had 1 on the 8th. As the last update of the week. So, number 1, spirits are characters that have lost their physical forms. Equipping your fighter with spirits will power them up with all sorts of new abilities. Wondering how many kinds of spirits there are? You'll have to see for yourself. You goddamn tease!
honestly, the most important thing about this update is really cool shot of Sigma, but Shadow Queen Pete.
Yeah, it's nice to see that acknowledged somewhat. What about Weird Not Booster from Mario Land Shake It? He's right next to Shadow Peach.
Yeah, he looks like Bowser.
No, he looks like Booster. Look at that hat. Look at that beard.
He's Booster Bowser.
Sure. What's that weird nose? What the fuck is that?
That is a weird big nose. I would guess
The baby version of Nosepath.
nose pass. I wonder if that's something from like Kid Icarus, like old
Maybe.
Kid Icarus.
Seems like something Kid Icarus-y.
I mean, God, to put Skarmory and Smeargle of like all Pokemon, are they just have all Pokemon in there?
Mega Man bosses, like that's a whole fucking
Yeah.
like, can of worms.
I almost wonder, like we were joking with 3,000 last time. I wonder if that's just, it's not enough. There's going to be more.
Fucking Solidus is great. This is the Miller thing of like, what is this doing here? That's so funny. But Solidus fucking Snake is such a serious character. He was the former president of the United States. He like did the whole Shadow Moses operation. He tried to kill the Patriots. He died in front of what the fuck was that building?
Oh, it was the Federal Reserve. Yeah. Yeah.
He yells Federal Hall and he spins around. I fucking love Metal Gear so much.
2 is one of the best, let's be honest. I mean, on the first one, we have like one of the main characters from Style Savvy on the right. We have Ramby on the left.
Ramby.
DVD Smith says, what's Zoidberg doing here? That's on the middle left. That's from Splatoon.
Oshawott.
I mean,
Rossetti. Fucking, it's so great seeing all these random. Hey, Youko, you're in here.
I'm in here. KK Slider. Look at that. Yeah, Rossetti and Wobbuffet right next to each other is just like, yes, perfect. Captain Rainbow.
The moon is looking at Captain Rainbow.
Oh, no. Near the weird nose man is that guy you give the shells to from Splatfest, too. Like, there's so many things.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's going to be crazy. And is that Elite Beat Agents on the second one? I think.
Yeah, those are the Elite Beat Agents, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, like, man, cool pulls. Cool pulls, guys. But yeah, Shadow Queen and Sigma, that's dope.
I wish we look at these other spirits. What we got here?
Oh my God. We could spend a whole other show talking about like all the spirits that people have uncovered. And that's over on the wiki as well. So if you want to go see those.
Yeah.
I just mean, you said you wanted to lump them together. So it's like, there's Guts Man.
Oh yeah, no. So for the second one here, part 2, spirit battles have various conditions that may remind you of the character you're battling. If you manage to win one of these matches, you'll get a chance to capture the spirit for yourself. So yeah, Guts Man here, a giant Mega Man with Guts Man, and it says the enemy has super armor and is hard to launch or make flinch. It's a stamina battle, and he favors grabs and throws. Of course he does.
Yeah.
That's what he has his grab from. It's from Guts Man.
And Mega Man's making that fierce face in the second image.
It's Guts Man. Danny.
If Mega Man just like bent over and showed his ass.
You got the fucking imprisoned. That's a giant K. Rool fight.
God, fuck the
You had
imprisoned.
to fight it fucking 3 times.
It is super, yeah, right. 3 stocks or whatever. It's super armor again.
Does Groose help?
How was Groose not an assist trophy? Like, come on, the Groosinator. Like that would have been amazing.
I've never clicked on a dialogue tree option faster than nice hair. It's literally like hug Kenny and nice hair. Those are the ones.
Yeah, like prison had to be on Skyloft. What the hell? Like, how'd you mess that up?
Well, I guess it's like on the earth. I guess that's what they were going for.
So yes, that's a part of spirits, and then we go to the third one here. On the couple days later, there are 2 kinds of spirits. Primary spirits boost the physical abilities of the fighter you equip them to, while support spirits provide special skills. Try out different combinations to power up your fighters. So yeah, we see more and more spirits. Which ones stand out to us? For me, I think it's really weird to see on that first image, the bottom left. That's Kyle Hyde from Hotel Dusk. Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a weird, obscure visual novel mystery game on the DS, and you held it like a book, and it's a cool game, and he's the main character detective, but like, it's not, Game Explained top 10 most obscure poll, but like, it's a goddamn poll.
What happened to Mr. Rossetti?
That's like his brother or something.
Oh.
That's like a different character. I don't know his relation, but he is like a different character. It's Chaos. There's Tronbon. That's really cool. Everyone loves seeing her anytime. Yeah, right? Fucking Infinite from Sonic Forces. Get out of here. No one wants you here. Nobody wanted you anywhere.
You didn't even want you.
Did you see they confirmed that fist bump from Sonic Forces is in this game? Like as a not remix song? Like, okay.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, we'll take that. That's a win. Call it a win.
I'm sure I've said this even before on this run of the show. I could go 2 hours on why Sonic Forces is just fucking such a letdown and awful game.
Yeah.
But even the music is like not as good in that game. It's fucking sad. Fist Bump's great though.
Fist Bump's great, and Infinite is like a low key, like kind of hype theme.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Bottom right on the first image. Hey, there he is. That's Mock Rider.
Yeah.
Oh no, deconfirm.
Not necessarily.
No, talk about the real sad deconfirmed character. You know, after I was really gunning the stork from Yoshi's Island.
Oh no.
Oh.
I was waiting for him to throw babies as his special attack.
The whole Mario series can't happen without him.
Justifiably the most important character.
I mean, God, even the second one has some weird ones. You get Valoo from Wind Waker.
Mm-hmm.
You get the Windfish.
Yes.
Man,
is that Lucas's mom?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, damn.
Verity is there.
And you got Rock Mario from Mario Galaxy 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what that is. I was like...
It's not Goatsy Mario. Or
no. I thought he was just holding frying pans or something. I don't know what the fuck was going on in that picture.
Holding frying pans the wrong way.
Yeah.
And holy shit, is that a weird render next to Verity of a great fairy? Like, that looks terrifying. Like, almost clown-like.
That looks like fucking Kefka.
It does.
Is that Kefka? I don't know who that is next to her. But like that one's supposed to be all demonic and shit, but I'm like, nope, the one to your left is actually more scary.
Absolutely.
What is that?
I don't know, probably from Bayonetta 2 or some shit.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, you're probably right. I haven't seen any. Have we seen any Final Fantasy spirits? Is that a problem too?
I don't think any have been confirmed yet.
That is like so many like you could do.
You really could. At least, I mean, just from 7, like if you get some agency to go with that.
Yeah, even if it's just from 7.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to see what all the different spirits can do. Yeah, man, just go to the wiki again, see what's been confirmed. Like there's so many out there, and that's just from what they're intentionally showing us. So that's really, really interesting. Let's get to the next update. On November 7th, today's fighter number 40, Olimar. Captain Olimar battles by issuing commands to various types of Pikmin under his control. Pikmin come in different colors that correspond to different abilities. Olimar's alternate appearance lets you play as Alf.
Sure does.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much they promote it, but at least it does.
I like how he does a headbutt against the ground on his upbeat.
That's like the only physical attack he has in those games is like he can just headbutt. Like he can't defend himself any other way in those games.
Oh, there's Alf at the end of the trailer. Okay, well, good.
No, he gets attacked by the peaking, whatever it's called.
I really like Pikmin. Where's Pikmin 4? Remember fucking Miyamoto said like 5 years ago, it's like, Pikmin 4 is almost done. Why did he say that?
And he keeps saying like, we're ready, we're waiting. God, yeah, that's a weird one. It's got to be like some sort of stealth release next year for sure.
I haven't thought about that in a very long time. Olimar looks great. I really like he doesn't look that much different from Smash 4, but I really like the changes they made from like Brawl to Smash 4 with him. I think 3 Pikmin is better. Just insanity to manage otherwise. I think they balanced it well. I like that his up B was replaced with the little flying Pikmin from Pikmin 3. That was really cool. Olimar's a good little character. I know you guys both don't play Pikmin, right?
I'm not the biggest fan of it. I mean, it's a cool game for Nintendo to have in its belt, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I've only watched Let's Plays. They're not something I don't think I could handle either, but I really enjoy it. Like, it's really cool.
I mean, man, this screenshot here with Mario, Pac-Man, and Sonic all having flowers on their heads and they're smaller. That's so cool.
They're the red, yellow, and blue Pikmin.
There you go. It's really smart staging.
If you look at the Luigi one where he's lined up with them, this is actually a reference, and they've been doing this a lot lately with Luigi and the balloons in Mario Galaxy 2's DLC, where the balloon layout is shaped like the Super Nintendo Japanese buttons, and Luigi is the green button on the bottom. And that's what those Pikmin are. It's blue, red, yellow, and green buttons from the Super Nintendo controller.
Neat.
Yeah, that's really neat.
The Super Famicom.
Yeah, I actually have one of those controllers. Like, I like how they look. I like our little purple controllers, and we actually have the like concave buttons. Like all their buttons are rounded.
Convex.
But I really like those. I really like those colored buttons. I think it's really cool.
DVD Smith points out something interesting on the Discord chat. Interesting how he is no longer Pikmin and Olimar. It's just Olimar.
Yeah. I think he even said on like the Brawl website or something, I feel like I remember reading this, that he was called Pikmin and Olimar because the Pikmin are just as important as part of the team, which is very sweet. But I mean, also, who wants to fucking put that in all the calligraphy all the fucking time?
Which is very sweet, but not anymore.
They are subservient to him.
Yeah, Pikmin are cool.
Yeah.
I dig it. Oh, there's a new game soon.
So I guess our last update that we'll cover this week on November 8th, today's item, Yuri Kozukata Assist Trophy. The protagonist of the Fatal Frame Maiden of the Blackwater game is now an assist trophy. If she gets you with her camera obscura, you'll be paralyzed for a short time, so watch out.
Are you paralyzed or are you forced to taunt? Because that's what Luigi and Mario are doing.
What the fuck is Luigi's face?
Yee! Like little bug eye pointing. Finger guns. Pew pew.
Mario, your thumb is too large.
Oh yeah.
Which taunt did that replace? The Mario thumbs up.
I believe that you're up taunt, so you no longer grow.
That's good, because I thought that taunt sucked. It's not anything. It's not.
It was fine in the first game, but why did it stay?
It's just not. It's not a taunt. He just grows.
Yeah.
But it was really fun to get a super mushroom into it. You know, you get big and then you get really big. It's really good. Also, it's like a detriment. Like you can get hit harder. Like you're bigger.
True,
like
yeah.
it expands your fucking hitbox. That's not fair.
So that taunt has changed, and then he also has a Cappy taunt as well.
Yeah.
That's good.
So we got a couple changing taunts there.
Which is probably
Is that the one where he takes his hat off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of spins a little bit. Yeah.
The game over taunt was kind of dumb too. I don't really. Mario's taunts aren't good.
Yeah, the one where he flips around in the air and falls on his ass. Yeah.
At least it's better than Snake. Box.
God. Box and box. More.
Oh fuck! I didn't think of that. Has anyone played Snake enough to confirm that his taunts are different?
I think that's all still the same.
Man,
That fucking blows.
I wish they kind of like took another page from the Project M team, because like they don't need to have Snake light a cigarette and take 1 damage, but it would be kind of nice if he got on one knee and said, "Colonel, mission accomplished."
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's plenty you could do.
Or no, he pulls out the cigarette and just whoa. That would be so good.
That should be a fucking item. Everyone gets faster but you.
Yes. You slow down.
It's reverse clocks.
Honestly, I just want his up taunt to be he pulls out a giant ladder and starts climbing it.
What a thrill.
Oh my god, Donkey better fucking do that, because there's this game.
Yep.
Yeah.
He needs to put Snake climbing a ladder in a fight and just put the song for a second.
Yes.
Legit Sakurai needs to do that, but I know he won't.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just really wanted to happen like someone just edits it so every time Snake lands on a ladder, it immediately starts the song.
Yeah. And a ladder is a victory animation.
Look, I know this has gotten to be a conversation about taunts.
What the fuck were we talking
But Yuri Kozukata is a deep pull. It's a really cool addition to have Fatal Frame in this game.
It's fantastic. I'm not shitting on this. This is great.
And to see like you get stunned by the camera flash, and like that could open you up for attack from your opponents. Like, yeah, absolutely. Do it.
Is that little ghost dog in the game anywhere? Polterpup? Is he an assist trophy? Just to kill Polterpup if he's on screen.
What state is this? Is this Mushroomy Kingdom? What is the Elden?
I can't tell because the lighting gets. Oh, it is Elden.
Elden. Okay, all right. Just the lighting and the shading it's all weird. That's really interesting, huh? All right, well, let's get to this week's Mail Time segment.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
You can ask us Mail Time questions over on that Discord channel there at showmeyournews.com/Discord. We have a MailTime questions section just for those questions, but you can also tweet us at Show Me Your News. 2 questions this week. Let's get through them quickly. First comes from Grimace the Minace. Which character, besides Goku, that you truly believe has 0 chance of being playable would you be most excited to have as DLC?
Gohan.
I think people are getting wise to me. If you're not in the Discord, I just type Goku in the fucking answers to the MailTime channel. Truly has 0 chance of, I guess, even besides like assist trophies.
See, like, I don't know if anybody is truly 0 anymore. Like I said before, like with Piranha Plant.
Obviously, you're wrong. Strong bad.
Aww. The system would indeed be down if he were in Smash.
The system is mine.
And the cheat is grounded.
Trogdor should be an assist.
Yeah, man. Like, Vince from the Art Academy, he goes and draws Trogdor.
I just got mad because the Art Academy dude should absolutely be that little girl from Kirby 64.
Yeah. Evelyn.
I'm kind of sad. Or that little ghost from Luigi's Mansion did the same thing. Yeah. What character has 0 chance of being playable? Is that your rant that like nobody's ruled out? That's a game character?
Yeah.
Vincent Van Ghost.
Yeah, I think you can have like, 99.9%. But I don't know about truly 0 anymore. Like it's hard to say. Someone I think has a very low chance. But man, I'd be so excited. You could make the argument that it's higher than low, but yeah, man, Joker, Persona 5 in Smash. Let's fucking go.
Why couldn't it be?
I don't know. Like, it's all a matter when we talk about Nintendo and now they're choosing the DLC, is promoting Persona in their best interest.
It is because it's not like they don't get along. Persona Q's coming out on 3DS like this year.
Yeah.
Next year. I don't know when.
End of this year.
Also, like, and here's the thing, dude, and I would freak out for this. And it is 100% a possibility right now. They could fucking be working on a Switch port for P5. That thing ran on PS3. It can absolutely run on Switch. There's no reason Persona 5 can't run on the Switch.
I would buy that again so hard. And you can also tell that people were pointing out in different commentaries, like, Sakurai has clearly taken inspiration from Persona 5 in his menu design.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you look at the different angles and shit for, like, the challenge board, like, that oozes, like, that kind of style.
I think Persona is 100% possible, especially if they're working on a port of 4 or 5. They can put 4 on the Switch and I buy it again. Like, it's, and that would be really easy too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's completely possible. And they are working together, like, right now, like Persona Q. But I think it'd be bigger odds if they wanted to promote, like, a P5 Switch port or something, which, like I said, 100% could be being made right now. Would not be surprised.
Yeah. Interesting suggestions from the chat. I agree with DVD Smith when he says, let's be honest, Sora. Yeah. Yeah, that one is another, it's like near 0 because of Disney and all that. But man, Sora would be a fantastic addition.
Because people say he's like owned by Disney still, kind of. Like, that's a weird.
Yeah, yeah.
You call Mickey, and Mickey's like, what the fuck's the Smash Brothers? Like, you don't know.
I don't get it. Kumatori says Bowsette.
There you go.
That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah.
I think he won.
I was going to go with Funky Kong. So.
Why isn't Funky Kong an alt? See, they need to sell alts.
Yeah.
Whether it's an alt or an echo, like Funky Kong would have been.
He definitely needed to be an echo, and there's no reason why he's not.
Yeah, but man, like it's Joker from Persona 5 has definitely like risen up in the last week of like, I think he would be, I would hate to say, but like more than Banjo-Kazooie. I would freak out if he was in Smash.
That's a strange one because I kind of want Banjo because like there's nothing else to do with Banjo. Like I feel like he's like Game & Watch where it's like that's the place where he kind of belongs now.
That's where we need him there.
But I'm not gonna lie to you and say, and I don't think I'd even play as Joker. But I'd be lying if I had told you I didn't want a fucking stage with Persona music on it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be so good.
DVD Smith also said the Donkey Kong 64 Kongs. I don't know if we'll get any more Kongs, and I'm still really sad about Dixie. It's bullshit.
Yeah, Dixie still has an alternate color for Diddy. Ugh, that's brutal.
I guarantee you, like now that we're down to 5, and now that Nintendo's picked them, Dixie's like done.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's it.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo doesn't give a fuck about Dixie. I don't think Japan gives a fuck about Donkey Kong Country enough.
I think I've solidly put Vati.
Oh, Vati would be interesting. Another new Zelda rep would be nice. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a new one.
Mm-hmm. We've got a returning cast, but I think Vati would be neat. A Wind Mage.
It should be Skull Kid before anyone, I feel like.
Yeah.
Also because he's an asshole. Like, that's his fault at this point.
Skull Kid got fucking jobbed, though.
I know.
Majora's Wrath.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. He won't be in there. There we go.
Can you smell what The Rock is doing in Smash?
Well, I suppose I should say this, even though it's not Brawl Days anymore. The Master Chief.
People don't like Halo anymore.
I know. But I would.
That's actually sad. I'm not even trying to roast Halo. It's like a bummer what's happening.
The Master Chief, because like I don't think, like, even with Incineroar or Captain Falcon, like, and Little Mac even, I want to see like a big armored man character just beat someone down, because we got wrestling character and boxing character, but I want to see like a no bars kind of character.
And we get a plasma sword item out of it too.
Yeah, plasma sword, energy zero sword, son.
But yeah, that is a good answer, because if they call Microsoft, they're gonna get Banjo or Minecraft reps, and that's it.
No, yeah, absolutely not, Chief. Other question today comes from Megalatino000. Have any of you played any non-Nintendo platform fighter / Smash clones, not including mods to Smash? And is there anything from them, not just characters, you wish that Smash would add?
They kind of already did all that shit. They added all that shit.
I think if I look back at games like PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, who, let's be honest, they totally messed up by having supers forced kills. But even games like that I never played. I mean, like what, Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion and TMNT Smash Up and games like that. I mean, there's nothing that Smash Ultimate hasn't done in a much superior way by now.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about, like, Mario Kart comes out on Super Nintendo, and there's a million kart racers, and some competent ones at that, and some good ones, like the Sonic one's good, Crash Team Racing's really good, Diddy Kong Racing's really fucking good, but like, it's like Smash is like, no one can do it right, and it's really funny, and PlayStation almost did it right, and they just ruined it with one decision, and it was so fucking stupid, and that was guaranteed money franchise, and they just fucked it up every step of the way, to the hype cycle, to the gameplay. Like, it sucks, and they can't pull that out again because it's a joke now.
I mean, I think Icons is really cool on the indie front. I mean, shouts out to them.
There's a bunch of silly indie shitty ones that are really funny to watch.
Like Slap City looks just fucking dumb. I'm sorry. Like,
it is, but that's
the point. I know it's the point, and it makes for good YouTube fodder. But as far as a platform fighter, it's fucking dumb.
It's funny, and if you could just enjoy the dumb look, then you're okay. But it doesn't actually introduce any new ideas that I would like Smash. So,
you know what? I did think of one. In PlayStation Battle Royale, they had the thing where, like, the stages were stages mixed together, worlds mixed together.
Yeah, okay.
And that'd be kind of neat.
We got Stage Morph. That's close. I know it's not actually, but it's close.
You don't want the Pikmin to be fighting Goombas or something? That's kind of funny.
I'll give you that. That's actually an answer to the question instead of us just being like, no.
Pikmin taking out like the enemies in Bayonetta stage. They're like flying around the background.
Yeah.
The big angels and shit.
Fighting Wonderful 101 guys or something.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a lot to cover on this episode. I mean, gosh, a whole lot of news stories to get through. So thank you for sticking out through that. Man, it's been a good week. I don't know if we'll see what we get next week. I don't know. I mean, especially after the the CG trailer dropping on a Sunday. I mean, goddamn, like that's gonna change things on the meme front for at least a little while. So, guys, what are you playing? Super. What's on your gaming shelf?
Let's see here. I have been visiting my brother. Mostly the rap battle on Party Pack 5.
Yeah.
That one's generally the one that we've been playing a lot more of than anything else. Then today I played a little bit of Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze and Mario Odyssey, but that was more for the little kids that I was babysitting all day.
Neat.
And the one thing I've been playing the most of is definitely Hollow Knight.
Good.
I got way too far in the game without like actually needing to. I got all the way to the final Dreamer, and I'm sitting on like 6 health and like only the 2nd level nail and like no nail arts. and I'm just killing all these bosses that are taking like 6 minutes to kill. I'm just dancing around them going, man, this just seems a lot harder than it should be. So after I killed the Watcher and the Spire, I went off into go take care of everything else for a bit. I was like, let's not do main quest by accident, because that's all I've done is do main quest by accident. So like I'm about to get right back to finishing the quest after I have like 8 health and like more charm notches and all the other bit. I've got all the nail arts now. I'm pretty much like pumped up, and I'm like, wow, everything's so much easier now. But fuck the Trial of the Fool.
Mm-hmm.
It don't end. I don't even know where I am. I get to the fucking like spikes on the bottom and those little fucking needle flies and shit flying around. I'm like, and I just keep dying there.
You enjoy it a lot overall then?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Great. That's cool. I'm glad you liked it. I couldn't stay into it, but I thought it was really cool.
Beefy game for sure. Absolutely. I have been playing some more Assassin's Creed Odyssey, actually, and I platinumed that goddamn game. That took 82 hours overall. That's a long time to put into one game for me, especially. But man, I loved it. I loved that game for sure. Which is then interesting to go and contrast it to Red Dead Redemption 2. And you take the very fast, experience point driven, very gamey, a whole lot of quality of life improvements in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And then you go to the goddamn absolutely gorgeous, like stunningly so, but very realistic and stubbornly, deliberately so. I mean, the horse has to walk to you instead of appearing right behind you when you call it. Things like that. It actually takes time to go and put your hands on the guy to loot them instead of just swoop, you're taking their stuff. Red Dead Redemption 2 felt like a goddamn chore to play coming off of that game.
It's a good movie, but a bad game.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it's a bad game, because for some people like that hits the spot and it's a freaking masterpiece, but I'm sure I'll come back to it later and I'll have an appreciation for it. And maybe just it's Rockstar being ahead of their time, but I think it's also them being very stubborn. Like, we want to make games that are very, very realistic. And like, I've had a tough time getting into Grand Theft Auto 5 as well. So maybe it's just that kind of game for me. It's a whole other rant for another time, but like, I don't know if I'm going to get into Red Dead Redemption 2 this year.
Jim Sterling actually had a series of tweets come out today that echoes your sentiment a lot about. He just says like he went back to play the first game and it's just more fun. Like it's just more gamey and fun. And like I totally see that. And
look, it took me last year to finally play all the way through Red Dead Redemption, the first one. And like when that game came out, I could only do the first hour or two, kind of like what I'm doing right now. So maybe it'll be another 7 fucking years before I can play this one.
I like some people have said they're just going to wait till the next generation with the remaster.
And look, like it makes me feel really bad because like this was one of the most anticipated games I had this year, up along with Smash. But man,
oh, that's sad.
So it's like in a way it's a disappointment, but like I can't be. It's an amazing game. It's just it's not hitting my taste right now, especially when I put so much goddamn time in a much faster, much more game-like open world adventure. Yeah, loved Assassin's Creed, can't get into Red Dead Redemption 2, and yes, Super, Jackbox Party Pack 5 is really good. That one Zeepeldome game where they try to do something totally new that isn't Jackbox-like, I mean, get that shit out of here, but the rap battles are really fun. Pitching your inventions is silly and a good time. So good to have You Don't Know Jack back. It's a good pack overall. Really happy with it.
Yeah. I also started getting my Steam games downloaded because I have a video card now.
Yeah.
So of course I've spent just a little bit of time playing through Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Did you get that little the like visual patch for Sonic Adventure? Because I've seen some really good like Dreamcast texture packs with like widescreen, and they look fucking great.
That's why I stopped ever playing them. It was like, I'm mods. I've never been that.
Yeah, right.
So now I'm looking at mods.
Yeah, do that up. I think I have a link. I'll send it to you if you need help.
You should.
I'm still waiting. I'm just waiting for Pokemon. I keep looking at games. I'm like, should I start this? I got like Edith Finch, and I'm like, I should knock that out. I don't think that's very long. I've heard really, really good things about it. I don't want to talk about Deltarune to anyone too. Also, yeah, that's a whole thing. I don't want to. But I did actually before the show. I don't know why. I just started Mario Odyssey over, and I'm like, man, this game's good. Me and Super have like clashed a lot. Well, not clashed. That's too combative a phrase, but he doesn't like it as much, and I really like it. And we completely are opposite with Zelda. I don't care about Breath of the Wild at all, and I'm not dissing it. I know it's Game of the Year last year. I know it's great, but I fucking traded it in this year. I'm like, I don't like this game. It just doesn't speak to me. But man, Odyssey is just like, I love collectathons, and Odyssey might be the best one ever. And I'm just kind of dicking around. I'm just waiting for Pokemon. That's all I want to do right now. All I want to do is Smash, but Pokemon will be fun.
I will defend Edith Finch. I really, really liked that game last year, and the game takes 2 to 3 hours to play.
Yeah, I should do it.
If you're looking for that time to kill, I think you'll really like it. It's walking simulator, but it's really clever. Some good little segments there.
That's my jam. I fucking love that genre.
Yeah, no.
People talk shit about that genre, but I'm like Life is Strange and Walking Dead, like that's some of my favorite shit.
Yo, do it up. It's more Gone Home than a Telltale game for sure, though. But like it's really clever in a lot of ways. So definitely give Edith Finch a shot. It's super short. You'll give it a go before Thursday or Friday. Yeah, Friday is Pokemon, and Wednesday, oddly enough, is Fallout 76. And like it's been really weird to see the internet talk about that game.
I didn't even know that was that soon.
Yeah, like it's super soon, and they're like a 56 gigabyte day one patch that's bigger than the game itself, and it's like, whoa, Jesus! Like I don't know. We'll see what people think about that.
Wasn't Red Dead ridiculous too?
Oh, I mean that's like it's 90 gigabytes for
Jesus.
sure, and it's 2 Blu-rays if you get the physical version, like one for the actual game and the other for installation. But it's gonna be something. And on this Tuesday, Jeff Keighley announces the nominees for the Game Awards. So it'll be interesting to see what those 5 nominees are.
Did you guys pre-order Smash?
I have the Ultimate Edition, like the one with the steel case, the controller, and the game on Amazon. So I've got that one.
It's really weird. You can't pre-order the DLC standalone yet. I just pre-ordered it because double gold coins, and all my shit's digital, and it's just sitting on the little home menu waiting. Yeah, it just makes me happy to look at. Honestly, I just don't have anything to add. It's just like a look picture, like it's there, it's ready to go.
That's really cool. My wife was like, I think she was watching a reaction video of the last Direct, and when the Fighters Pass came up, it's like, we're gonna buy that, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, we're buying the Fighters Pass, dude.
We're getting that.
We gotta get Piranha Plant. Are you crazy?
We're not missing on a DLC character. All right, guys, I think that'll do it. Thanks so much for listening to another week of Smash. Another week we get closer to the release date of December 7th. It's less than a month away, and that's crazy to think about.
So it's not many days. We're almost there. Like, you can open up your calendar on your computer, bottom right-hand corner. You can see the day. It's right there. 7.
Hold out, guys. We can make it. And if you need Pokemon to pass the time, it's okay. We get that too.
Let's fight in Pokemon, you guys.
There you go. All right. You can find Super on Twitter at Solharath. Tony is on Twitter at TonyTH_GHH. You can find me on Twitter at PeteSpeakEasy. For everyone with that, I'm Youko. We're out. We'll see you next time. Show me your news.